Man, do you think you're all right? Are you gonna be able to tell a story? Are you gonna be okay?
I'll be fine, but
listen, we're all here for you, man. We're all here for you. We're supporting you.
I'll be fine.
It's okay.
Guys, I'll be fine. I swear I'll be fine. Okay.
I don't know.
Whoa. This one's called The Story of the Fruit Cup. Once upon a time, a place called Wilton, Connecticut. You might have heard of it. There was this kid. He was a cool kid. He was a cool guy. His name was Eric Appleyard. Good old Eric Appleyard. We all remember him. We all remember him just the way he was those 10, 12 years ago. Practicing martial arts. Doing air punches in the hallway. He had a lot of life in him, a lot of spark. Eric had this, he did this amazing martial arts demo with Hillary Florido. And Hillary was, she was cute, everyone wanted a piece of her. And she drew anime, she drew Japanese style manga, which back in 2003 was a big deal. Anyway, I'm going down a whole pipeline of things right now that I don't need to go down, okay? But suffice it to say, Eric Appleyard had just given the most incredible martial arts demo of his life, okay? He had Hillary stand in the hallway, and he said, hold still. And so Hillary Hood held very still. I think she's a storyboard artist, possibly for, what's the company that does Adult Swim stuff? She's actually a storyboard artist, and I hope nobody harasses her, because what happened that day was too much for her. Eric had her stand very still. He said, stand still. And he's punching like the wind. He's punching like the wind at the side of her head. Doesn't hit her once. Nevertheless, she starts crying. She breaks down in tears. It was traumatic for her. So anyway, Eric Appleyard has the most amazing martial arts demonstration of his life. Next hour, he's out in the football field. He dropped his pendant, and he has to rent a metal detector to find his pendant. That was the first weird thing of the day. He goes to lunch. The lunch lady says, how about a fruit cup? Eric doesn't like fruit cups. Why is he asking him about a fruit cup? He likes tater tots. He likes French fries. He likes burgers. He doesn't want a fruit cup. What's the lunch lady knows this? Why is she asking about a fruit cup? Next period, gym. In gym, that's where he has to face his darkest demon. Which, in the case of Eric Appleyard, his personal darkest demon was a person named Rob Fahey. Rob Fahey had red hair. He was always getting in trouble. This is a guy that was destined for jail, quite frankly. Destined for a life of being up against the wall, biting at every hand, biting the hand that feeds. This guy was a sociopath. Eric walks in to his locker. He's got right guard, spray can, because his dad's weird. And he turns around, and standing there, with his penis and balls tucked between his legs, is Rob Fahey. And he says, hey Eric, want a fruit cup? That was the worst day of Eric Appleyard's life. And he never found the pendant. And to this day, some say he haunts the Wilton Lacrosse track and field house, where that metal detector is still stored, because he didn't bring it back, because he was too upset. And he lost the deposit.
Did he eat the fruit cup?
He never got to eat the fruit cup. Either of them. Although I think he works at Disney now. I think he works at Disney World as like an entertainer.
That's gross.
Yeah, so maybe he is eating fruit cups.
So, I like to mess around on twitch.tv, a website where people just, like live stream all kinds of different things. One of the more popular subgenres on there is just chatting. And just chatting, generally it's where girls in low-cut tops and miniskirts dance for donations, like $1, $2, $3. You know, you give her $2 and she'll write your name on her board. That's sexy to me. I like it when I give her $2 and she writes my username, Gary Online, on her little board and marker, and she bends over and I give her $5 and she does 20 squats.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Now I'm messing around on there and I find this guy named How Weird. Now Howard's not your, How Weird is not your regular Twitch streamer. He's like he's like a 55-year-old Jewish guy. He's heavy set. He's got diabetes and he's got really long fingernails now. He told us he had really long fingernails because he has a crush on the lady at the nail salon who's Thai. He's done a lot of tourist travel to Thailand. And he's got quite a few stories about that. It's pretty interesting. But, you know, we like to hang out with Howard. We go and we listen to him ramble. We watch his stream. He has a website where he has different webcams of his house. He's got like 8 or 9 webcams in his house. So, you know, every night, me and my friend Jolly Poppers, we go and we sit in Howard's stream and we talk to him about, you know, the eye candy on the train, the eye candy on the bus, the eye candy he saw at the beach. Now, keep in mind, Howard is a 65-year-old Jewish man who's done a lot of vacationing to Thailand. A lot of tourist travel to Thailand. So, you know, we hang out with Howard. He tells us about his day. He tells us about all the people he saw and how much they sucked. And occasionally people will join the chat and they'll say, hey, you want to be my dad? And Howard, of course, you know, never having had children himself, was not having that. He was not very interested in people calling him dad. And he'd say, no, I'm nobody's father. Thank God I never had children. I don't want children. And he, you know, he lives alone with his 2 cats. We'll be saying, you know, what if Howard's just sitting there rubbing his thing up on his keyboard? We'll be sitting there talking to each other like, you know, what if Howard's sitting there talking to us while he rubs his thing up against his, like, desk, or like his thing up against his keyboard. He's smashing his keyboard on his thing like as hard as he can, like he's hammering it. And then, you know, this got really spooky because one day, you know, Howard's streaming, he's telling us about his day, he's wearing his little silk robe, and the stream ends and we're still watching the house cams, just seeing what Howard's doing, you know, checking out Howard. Howard's doing this, Howard's doing that, Howard's hanging out, Howard's eating. And the next thing you know, Howard is walking towards the webcam that's in his bedroom. He's got a webcam that hangs right above his laundry basket, and his thing is hanging out. It's purple, it's engorged, it's swollen. It looks like he's been grabbing it with both hands and twisting it like he's trying to twist the top off of it. It's covered in bruises, and it looks like he's been digging his fingernails into it. We don't know what's going on with Howard's thing. It looks like somebody has smashed it with a brick. And lo and behold, an hour later, Howard gets back on his stream and is just hanging out and talking, and we just have to sit there in silence, horrified, knowing that we, Gary Online and Jolly Poppers, have both seen Howard's beat up thing. More than once.